What's up, Taurus Collective? Thank you for joining me for your energy reading. If it's your first time joining me, my name is Keita, and if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. Um, I'm not really sure what any of this has to do with the message that wants to come forward, but I had a few downloads prior to turning the camera on. One being to work with the energy of Isis. So I have some Isis music frequencies playing, and I've anointed myself with some Isis meditation oil. And I spent some time in prayer and holding my oracle quartz. It's a piece of amethyst that has like Lemurian quartz lines on it. I don't know if y'all can see it, but so I was rubbing it and I felt those lines. It said that when you get a Lemurian quartz or a piece of quartz that has a crystal that has those lines, as you rub it, you receive downloads of ancient wisdom and information. And while I didn't like decipher anything, I did feel my third eye open wider, which is in this area right here. And so, yeah, something profound wants to come forward, Taurus, and I'm going to be the one to bring it. So, we're going to tap in. I'm going to be pulling from the Light Seers Tarot, clarifying with the Energy Oracle cards. I'm going to get you guys a sacred self-care message, and I'm being led to do bibliomancy instead of a crystal prescription for you all. So, I'm going to be doing bibliomancy from the Hidden Souls of words, and I just heard put it back and do whatever arises. Love that. I mean, this just in, breaking news, right? So let me make this swap on my bookshelf and I'll be right back. Wow. When I tell you, anybody can read the cards and tell you what cards mean and come up with some kind of story from the cards. But tapping into your intuition and receiving those downloads and hearing the voices that come through to you, baby, that's a whole horse of another color. And that's the difference between, I guess, the intuitive and just somebody who read cards. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they're not using their intuition and they just study the meaning of the cards and telling you some shit, like, that's a whole nother experience than now put that book back and go get another one, right? So we're gonna get into the message, y'all. Oh, another thing that came through to me, which I've done a Patreon, exclusive Patreon reading on the full moon in Sagittarius that we just had. So if you're interested in tapping in and checking that out, it's on my Patreon. It's only $5 a month for exclusive content, meditations, and discounts. But the message that came through to me also was that we're being led to look at where we have been addicted to the struggle. Whatever our struggle story is, whatever just our 411, whatever that narrative looks like, we've been addicted to and gotten comfortable with that story or aligning with that energy, which is poverty consciousness. And I'm guilty as that tapped me and knocked me all upside the head when the download came to me. But it's not just me, it's a collective thing that this full moon in Sagittarius has energy has come in to get us to explore where it's time for us to move on and create another story or rewrite the narrative and stop using our struggle story as a crutch. So if we are having to live in a certain way, our financial conditions are different, or we're in a relationship we're not happy in, or a job or career that we're not happy in, we're being led to heal from and overcome, rewrite the narrative so that going forward it is one that is more empowering and not disempowering. And so a lot of what is coming up for us is making us face where we are addicted to the struggle story, addicted to that narrative of complaining about the same thing, or woe is me, or victim mentality. So just want to drop that in your lap. Now we gonna see what message wants to come forward in the cards. Again, if you want to check out that Taurus, not Taurus, y'all a lot of Taurus. This is the Taurus reading, but that full moon and Sag reading is on my Patreon, where I am going to be posting a lot more exclusive content and readings over on there. And I think I'm gonna start just doing the full moon readings on there, full and new moon. But Spirit, please bring forth the best message for the highest good of the Taurus collective at this time. Whatever this struggle story is, it's something that you're gonna have to rely on your intuition to help you navigate that and like get those practical and spiritual steps for moving forward, because Isis is the ultimate high priestess energy in comedic spirituality, and so she pretty much governs that that realm of seeing beyond the veil and tapping into your intuition, your dreams, signs, synchronicities to get the messages and direction that is coming forward to you. So that being the case, I can see why her energy came up for you all's reading. So you may want to work with Isis in some way, amethyst in some way, amethyst crystal. This particular piece that I'm working with, Oracle Amethyst Quartz or something like that it's called. I've had it for a while, but I got it from a store in Atlanta called, oh God, what's the name of this store? I can't think of it, but it's in the it's a metaphysical store in the it's not Grand Central Station. It's a shopping like center there. It's almost like a mall, but not quite. I'll put it on the description on the community board for y'all. But it's rare. I haven't seen it in many stores, and every time I'm traveling I go to a metaphysical store and I try to get to the local metaphysical stores as much as I can. I've not seen it anywhere else. But we had what looks like 3 cards to fall out, and my backwards ass, there's no mistakes in tarot, but I meant to pull the tarot and clarify with the energy oracle. I done pulled from the energy oracle, which is leaving me to have to clarify if I need to clarify with the tarot. So a little backwards there, but let's see. And even there's a message in that, because sometimes we have to bag into exactly what's right for us, exactly what we need. So even like, say if you resonate with that message of being in a career and you complaining about it and you're not happy there, or a job or whatever, sometimes you have to take a step back, whether it's like take a demotion to get some peace, or go back to an old job or go back to doing something you used to do, or take a pay cut or whatever. Like, it's something to be said about going backing into exactly what it is that you're needing, or where you should be, because the journey is not linear. That's one thing about the spiritual journey that catches a lot of people off guard, because prior to having an awakening, we are taught that our journey is to be linear. You know, you go to school, you go to college, you get a good paying job or entry level job that helps you get a good paying job, you start a family and you have kids, you work until you retire, and then you travel, and you collect your AARP and your Social Security, and you kick the bucket, right? That's that linear path that we're taught, and then we get out here and we start living, and it's not like that at all. You have 2 and 3 divorces, 2 or 3 kids by 2 or 3 different people. You move from career to career, and sometimes you back into the career that is just right for you, or the relationship that's just right for you. I know the career that I ended up in was nowhere in the equation for me consciously. Like, I ended up doing grants and contracts for maybe 10 plus years, but it's something that I backed into. I didn't even know that was a career option or choice. I was aspiring to teach, to be, I didn't even know what I wanted to teach. I just knew that I wanted to teach in a collegiate environment on the college level, like creative writing or English or some shit. But God saw it differently, and I backed into just our 11-11. I ended up, just by way of opportunities being presented to me and going where I was intuitively led, into doing grants and contracts, which allow me to make more money and have some different kinds of experiences, only to get in a doctoral program and discover that, yeah, I want to teach, but what I'm meant to teach is spiritual, is of a spiritual nature. And yeah, I'm teaching adults, but it's not in a college environment. So sometimes, you know, the journey just does not look like how we think it should be, and it's meant to be that way. So know that whatever you're experiencing, it's not happening to you, it's happening for you, and in due time it'll reveal itself to be exactly what you needed, when you needed it, and how you needed it. So hang in there. And now we can finally get to the cards, right? Just saw 12-11, which may be significant to some of you as an angel number, but we got number 47, which breaks down to an 11. The thinking woman. Oh my God. The thinking woman and the thinking man. So we got a dynamic duo. 2 smart, wise individuals who operate from higher consciousness. They are great allies and advisors. They are equivalent to the king and the queen of swords. So these are 2 people who stimulate one another mentally. They are conversationalists. These are people who like to read, and as you can see, he has a crystal in his hand and she has a book in hers, and they are counterparts to individuals, masculine and feminine energy, who are in alignment. So for some of you, this represents a relationship, and for others of you, this represents your inner masculine and feminine energy integrating. So this third message is anxiety, represented by the number 18, which breaks down to a 9, which represents the ending of a cycle. And if there's an ending of a cycle that is taking place and bringing some anxiety into a situation, especially among the thinking man and the thinking woman, y'all in y'all head. You're overthinking something. You're afraid of the monster under the bed, and it's just your old dirty socks. So get that shadow work in so that you can overcome those fears that could be preventing the transformation that's trying to take place within this connection. Because you got 2 individuals. One, this masculine energy is one who, like, for one, he got feathers in his hat, and feathers in your hat, or like wearing feathers in your hair is something significant in Native American culture that I was just reading the other day. Hold on, because now I gotta look it up. And here, Native American culture. I think it says it's symbolic of royalty. No, the act of wearing eagle feathers in one's hair is not taken lightly. It's a symbol of honor and respect. Native Americans believe that by wearing these feathers, they are not only paying tribute to the eagle's strength and power, but also invoking those qualities. We're not necessarily talking about eagle feathers, but we ain't canceling it out either, because I don't know what kind of feathers those are in this gentleman's head. But it's a ceremonial rites of passage type of thing. So we talking about somebody ascending into higher consciousness, a masculine energy, right? And then you got this feminine energy, and she got a stack of books. She got a scroll in her hand, and then there's a yellow butterfly there, because she's able to speak the knowledge and wisdom that she knows from confidence, because she studies. You know what I'm saying? She's a teacher, because of her experience as a student, but for some reason this situation brings some anxiety, and it's possibly that fear of, or they may be mirroring each other because of that fear of repeating that narrative of the struggle, being addicted to the struggle. You know what I'm saying? Not wanting to accept that it's a new day and that some things have to be forgiven and left behind in order to move forward. So we're going to definitely clarify this message, and no wonder I was led to pick up whatever arises. Love that, instead of the hidden what's the name of the damn book? Hidden Souls of Words, because it's definitely something from this Matt Kahn book that wants to come forward. The subtitle is A Love Revolution That Begins With You. So these are two people in their head about a love revolution that they are experiencing, and it's causing, they're at the point of the journey where both have a bit of anxiety about this coming together. So Spirit, please clarify the thinking man in this message. Tell me a little bit more about, oh boy, what's up with this masculine energy in this reading, Spirit? He got a lot going on, child, because a lot came out and it fell out face down. So we got, maybe it's my cards in reverse. Yep. Ace of Wands. So he's got some invigorating energy, some vitality, maybe even like a spiritual activation and some passion behind him as he's going through a death and rebirth, represented by the number 13, possibly very much influenced by this divine feminine energy, because the number 13 represents divine femininity. And the moon with this death and rebirth, he's definitely being led to face his shadows, where you can see this feminine energy here underneath this water and looking like she's drowning, but above the surface you have a white wolf and a black wolf, and in the original tarot you have like a wolf and a dog, so it has that representation of domestic energy and then wild energy, but they both howling at the moon, and you got some stars as well. But what I'm getting from this that I've never gotten before is how, as a masculine energy, this This thinking man is experiencing a love revolution with this death energy, and his emotions are emerging, his feminine energy, in ways that he is not used to. And so there's some shadow work that has to take place as those emotions come to, those repressed emotions come to the surface. And he's finding that those repressed emotions are very much part of why he has been addicted to the struggle, instead of being empowered to move forward from the struggle or do something different, right? Being disempowered instead of empowered. But you got this 7 of Swords, which represents some deception. So there's definitely some secrecy here. But with the thinking man, there's some secrecy and there's also some strategy. So this is somebody who's transforming and strategizing because of he's being led by his passions and this spiritual activation, this love revolution that's taking place. Strategizing to make an escape some kind of way with this 7 of Swords. And there goes some more feathers. So feathers may be very symbolic or significant to you guys. And he's sneaking away under the light of what? The moon. The moon governs emotions. It governs our waters. It governs the tides of the waters. The tides of the waters are controlled by the moon, and we made up of like 72% water. But this is this masculine coming to know and understand that and accept and embrace that, and making a plan or strategy of some sort to escape. And he got a knife in his hand, so he's prepared to defend himself, as he knows that whatever move he making gonna piss somebody off. And what he's making this move toward is his sunshine, clarity, truth, enlightenment, joy, happiness, innocence, living a more free spirited, lighthearted reality, 3D reality that is based in happiness, joy, truth. And it's bringing anxiety, because you got all this passion, seeing things from a higher perspective, strategizing, it's on your mind. What's that damn song that's coming to mind? Oh my goodness, I think it's SWV. You're always on my mind, thinking of you. You're always on my, can't stop thinking about the way you kiss me, thinking of you. That song, the lyrics may be significant with you're always on my mind, but this is somebody who has found their happy place. But the idea of facing their fears and carrying out this plan and allowing this passion and this new spark that just won't let go, that's creating this transformation and this change within them, scares the shit out of them. Because again, you got the equivalent to that anxiety card, the 9 of Swords. Worry like a motherfucker. Don't be scared. Don't be scared, because one thing for certain and two things for sure, if this is something that is divinely led, and it's clearly divinely led with this Ace of Wands and this death and rebirth energy. This is something that the divine, your ancestors and your spirit guides have set into motion. They saying it's time. It is time. So now we know what the masculine worrying about. Let's see what's at the top and the bottom of the deck before we move on to the feminine. Because at the top of the deck you have the Page of Pentacles. Yep. This is that move that he's making. So he's coming forward with a tangible offer to ground something, to ground this connection, to ground something new. And this is like starting from scratch almost. You know what I'm saying? Like planting a seed. is what this is, because this person is ready to get out of survival mode, rewrite the narrative, get out of that struggle, whatever it is. Now that they realize that it was just the socks under the bed, it was not a monster, right? That fear is just an illusion. So this is somebody who's coming to see that the shit that was lurking in the moonlight, now that the sun is shining on it, can see clearly. I can see clearly now that the rain is gone. I can see all the obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds, some sun. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. I don't know who sang that song, but I put that on the board as well. But you got this Page of Pentacles, and this is beautiful because this is this person finally getting out of their head to make some kind of offer. It might not be much, but it's something that speaks to how much they want to, or how they want to start something new or plant this seed, and are dedicated to watering it and cultivating it and being consistent about seeing it grow. And that is this relationship with the thinking woman. And at the bottom of the deck, you got the Six of Wands, because baby, that being the case, he's going to have success. Literally going from planting this seed, this small seed, token of love or whatever it is, and ending up front and center getting public recognition. So whatever this thinking man's idea of success is, he's going to have it, and he's going to have it in front of every motherfucker who thought he couldn't, who told him not to, that he wouldn't. Because that is public recognition and victory. This woman here, she's accepting her applause and about to take an ovation. And as you can see, that one that he started with the Ace of Wands, has multiplied to 6 of them bitches. That's what I'm talking about. So I love that for this thinking man. But now we got to tap into this thinking woman. And before we tap into her energy, it would be remiss of me not to mention that the card underneath the Six of Wands was the divine masculine himself, the Emperor, Zaddy, with his chess piece, sitting comfortable, confident, in control, in authority, taking his power back to move forward with that which he finds, that which looks like success for him, and living out loud, not just, you know what I'm saying, having that feeling of accomplishment behind closed doors, you know what I'm saying, but like living in color and out loud, and people being able to see that he winning, right? And people applauding where he is on the journey. So it ain't like you need that external validation, you know what I'm saying? That probably was part of the worry, not having the external validation for the decision or the move that he wanted to make. But in the end, this Emperor who steps into his divine masculinity as a protector and one who takes action in a logical approach, or a balanced, logical, and feminine approach, because again, this is someone who had to integrate their feminine energy. He's going to use his power, his divine masculinity, to have victory, and he's going to have victory with the thinking woman. This is beautiful, y'all. So now, you gotta see what's popping with the thinking woman. It's both of them out here with anxiety and fear. So what's she scared of? This is giving me two people that not only need to do their shadow work, but need to let their guard down. Spirit, please clarify the message of the thinking woman in this reading. I just saw the Empress. Ain't that the Emperor gal? His queen, his Empress. Let's see if she gonna come out. Oh, she got a lot going on too. But unlike the masculine, his shit fell out face down. So that's telling me like that the information that came out there is either in his or the feminine's blind spot. Like, he didn't know that he needed to do that shadow work and integrate his feminine energy so that he can see that it's just an illusion and start strategizing towards what makes him happy and bring him sunshine, right? And getting his emperor energy. But the feminine look like she know full well, because all her cards fell out. She got a shit ton of cards that fell out too, but all of them fell out. I bullshit y'all not. At the bottom of the deck again for the feminine, the Nine of Swords. I cannot make this shit up. These motherfuckers' nerves is bad. Y'all, make sure you're getting grounded, going outside, getting you some sunlight, drinking your water, staying hydrated, grounding, meditating, because this nervous energy, I don't like what I'm saying. Do not let this shit stay for too long. You know what I'm saying? Like, it serves a purpose to get in your head, and if that anxiety is what helps you shift gears and get proactive, if that's what you needed to do, then fine. But don't y'all stay in this holding your hair and head hurting and all in your head and having nightmares and insomnia and all that because you worried about this situation for some reason. Do your shadow work and take care of yourself. I'm definitely going to get y'all some self-care messages. So the feminine got the Seven of Cups, needing to be able to see through the illusion to show up in her Queen of Cups energy. Loving, compassionate, intuitive, patient, kind, trusting her intuition, nurturing. And see that the divine is trying to hand her something. Because you got this Four of Cups. And see, with this Seven of Cups, the illusion is her addiction to struggle. The shit she's been through, the pain she's experienced. It's like, oh Lord, is we doing this shit again? You know what I'm saying? Is this another one of those situations? So she's needing to be able to see through the illusion, just like the masculine had to see through the illusion of the moon energy. She's needing to see through these the illusion to choose what option she gonna run with. And the option that she's needing to choose is to get in her Queen of Cups energy. To not only be loving, compassionate, and nurturing and let her intuition lead her in this situation with this masculine, but for herself. Self-loving and providing not only self-care, but radical self-care for herself. And that looks like shadow work. And with this Four of Cups, it's like the divine trying to give her something with this rainbow and bring more color into her life. And she looking like, bro, I don't know. I don't know about all that. What is this? You know what I'm saying? But she's getting the opportunity, if she would just focus her attention on what's being handed to her in this bowl that is full of color and vibrancy. With this Three of Pentacles, you either got somebody that to work with or a third party situation with the Three of Pentacles, because you do got three individuals here. You got this masculine standing at the top, and you got these two individuals here helping to they all working together and playing their part to create something, right? That can be a third party situation that is karmic, or this could be just like the opportunity to work together with someone, teamwork in some way. But whatever it is, there's this Seven of Wands energy of holding your peace and standing your ground and standing and holding your boundaries. But what I noticed the other day for the first time in this card is that with all of this energy coming towards this while she in her peaceful space, there's this one that penetrates her bubble that literally looks like it's able to make it through to where she is. And that's possibly that Ace of Wands energy that came up in the thinking man card, his passionate approach, right? his passionate, spiritually activated energy that's coming to her. So out of everything that is coming at her and she's having to try to maintain her peace, that's the one thing that threatens to, in some way, bust her bubble, so to speak. With the Eight of Pentacles, though, the message that is coming through here is tripping me. Bruh. She need to put forth the effort toward that situation with the Eight of Pentacles. Because the Eight of Pentacles is like putting in work, mastery, focusing. She got all her tools and tricks of the trade sitting out before her. And she's looking at the light of this candle. And she's needing to put forth the effort towards this situation where there may be some competition or some conflict or something, but whatever it is, it's light work. It ain't nothing major. Five of Wands doesn't most times represent some major conflict. You know what I'm saying? There's just some element of competition, like competing for somebody's time or something like that. But Empress don't do no competing. She gonna keep it lighthearted and fun, and only invest in that which doesn't require that she be in competition, because she attracts, she does not chase. So you got this lighthearted, playful, climb to the top against all odds, competitive type of energy coming up here. And then here you go again with this Page of Pentacles. Yeah, she's needing to not bow out of whatever this is that gives her anxiety, regardless of what it looks like. Because there's an offer coming in with this Page of Pentacles that's going to bring her sunshine and happiness and joy and truth and enlightenment and lightheartedness and innocence, just like the masculine with this Sun card. So you got this solar energy coming through. Something about to be lit, y'all. And y'all check out the message that came through for who was that? Was it Sagittarius with that Ra, sun god Ra energy that was coming through? Check that out as well, because it may resonate. But this journey, feminist, if you thinking woman, if you resonate with this thing that you've been stressing about, it's actually designed, divinely designed to bring you happiness. And things are where there may be confusion with that Seven of Cups, where you have all these options and you need to see through the illusion to pick the right one. Things are going to become crystal clear, because that Sun energy is going to make sure that the truth comes to light in divine timing. But you damn near already know the truth, because all this shit fell face up. So none of this is surprising the feminines, yo. It's not. Top of the deck. Justice. This is somebody, this thinking woman, and that's why she got this book. Because to a degree, she know what's up. She has all the knowledge and wisdom that she needs to navigate this situation. She has mastered, with set 47 representing the number 11, and just saw 3811 on the timer. She's mastered this experience. So if this is the coming together of masculine and feminine, that Hyros Gamos energy that we've been talking about, or the sacred marriage that we've been talking about, she knows that justice and balance has to take place in order for this situation to ground and to present itself in her 3D reality. So this is somebody who she knows that there's some kind of motion taking place, some progress taking place etherically, but she's nervous about what this is looking like in the physical. Because she knows in order for this to come together, them scales got to be balanced. They got to operate in truth and justice and fairness of all involved. Because that's how an empress operates. And see, this woman here, she's able to hold this sword and these scales, and they're balanced, and she's got her eyes closed, and she's at peace. because that's how you are able to operate in peace when everything is as who was that singing that song? Everything's out in the open. She knows she can be at peace when everything is out in the open and things are balanced and not aligned, when things are reciprocal and harmonious. But that justice has to take place. And you still got the Nine of Swords at the bottom of the deck, because even though she knows that's what it takes, that's not what she's seeing in her 3D reality. And so that is bringing the thinking woman anxiety. Baby, we done cracked the code. The masculine, he had anxiety because of the transformation that has to take place in his life. And the feminine, she got anxiety because this is reminding her of some hurtful situations that she's been through in the past and presenting some illusion. And even though intuitively she knows something going on, she's not seeing it in her 3D reality. Therefore, everybody nervous, right? So I'm going to get y'all some self-care messages, and then we're going to see why I was needed to pull whatever rises love there from the my bookshelf. So Spirit, what they need to do about this anxiety in the form of self-care? What kind of self-care practice needs to take place for the collective if they're resonating with this message? This is dope. Drink tea. I got mine, honey. Right here. As a matter of fact. That's what y'all nervous about? Getting in position so that you got Bay over everything. Y'all know that's what Bay stand for, right? So y'all nervous about this transition and this coming together where you prioritize, the two are prioritizing one another. And this process is probably fucking nerve-wracking, hence the anxiety. This process of calling a thing a thing. So at the top of the deck, well, you got drink tea. So you definitely want to take time and be intentional about the tea you drink. So whatever type of anxiety or emotions or feelings you got going on, there's a tea that is aligned with it. So like I just made me a cup of jasmine and green tea. It's getting late, you know what I'm saying, where I am while I'm recording. So I want to kind of soothe my nerves from the adrenaline of the day, and that jasmine is calming. Whereas that green tea, I try to drink at least 1 cup of green tea a day, but that green tea can be more like invigorating than calming and soothing. So you want to be intentional about the tea that you're drinking, and know that drinking tea is it's a ceremonial practice. You're using all of the elements when you drink tea: air, water, fire, and earth. So be mindful about incorporating more tea into your life. And then tea is also something, hot tea is something that you drink where you got to chill, calm your nerves, soothe that anxiety. At the bottom, you have connect with your womb, representing the number 15. Get to the bottom of where this fear and anxiety is coming from, because it is housed in your womb and you need to work with your root chakra. So get you some tea that is good for working with your root chakra. I think like dandelion root or any of the root teas would be good for working with your root chakra. I know red raspberry leaf, it's good for working with your root chakra. Let's see. What else? So that you can help feel more safe and secure about where the journey is leading you, and about getting out of that struggle mentality, or constantly rehearsing your struggle story, or allowing the pain from the past to continue to taint what it is that this opportunity that is coming forward to you, or influencing your decisions. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, organic raspberry leaf, cloves, hibiscus flower, dandelion root, ashwagandha root. Most of the, if it's a herb and it say root on it, you can work with it for working with your root chakra. And dandelion root is not hard to find. I haven't seen it in a grocery store, but I have seen it at most like herb and nutrition stores. But those are a few teas that you can work with to work with your root chakra as you work to connect with your womb space, man or woman, because you're housing some fear that is causing anxiety as you are being led to navigate from living from your struggle, from your pain, from your trauma, and open to a new chapter in your life that is filled with more sunshine and happiness and joy. And you do not want that part of you, those shadows, to sabotage this new chapter that is coming in for you. So that is a beautiful self-care message for you guys, and very inexpensive, might I add. But Spirit, please point me to the best message for the highest good of the Taurus collective at this time. Oh, I'm feeling some expansion in my heart chakra as I am led to this page. It says, since your subconscious mind does not know the difference between someone else saying certain words and you saying them to yourself, your heart will heal the same way, even if the words don't come from the person of your choosing. With each step forward, the heart of surrender frees you from viewing your life through the eyes of victimhood. Y'all, this shit never ceases to amaze me. Oh my God, did I not say this anxiety is coming from us being divinely, cosmically led to get out of our victim mentality so that we can walk in our purpose and passion and happiness and take back all that the locust has stolen. This shit here excites me, yo. It says, instead of seeing all the people who lash out, verbally assault, judge, or criticize, you can recognize such behavior as desperate ways their innocence cries out for the attention they don't know how to give to themselves. In recognizing this deeper truth, that's that Queen of Cups energy of being able to see beyond somebody's pain. Like my mom and my grandmama used to say, sometimes you got to see beyond a person's faults to see their needs. So when you start to see flaw in people, sometimes it's more appropriate to be able, and especially as an intuitive, as a high priestess, as a Queen of Cups, as an empress, you definitely are able to see their hurt and their pain and see past that outward expression or that symptom of the hurt and the pain. You can see the wound and then be able to determine what the source is and how to appropriately support them, right? So it says, in recognizing this deeper truth, you can give their heart the loving attention that no one else may have ever provided by offering a more gracious response than their actions deserve. Even if you cannot dare to love the heart of another in response to their cruelty, you can always remove yourself from volatile situations and allow your own heart to become your point of focus. As your heart is honored, blessings are sent to everything in existence, including the ones who lash out, without you having to do anything else but acknowledge the innocence within you who feels mistreated. In the heart of surrender, treating people far better than they treat you becomes an acceptable way to live, especially because their inability to treat you well has nothing to do with you, but reflects the kind of relationship they have with themselves. This allows you to forget how to be a victim when the unconscious actions of another clearly reveal a heart in need of healing and a child lost in pain. Whether someone glares at you while drowning in their own self-judgment, or you find yourself hurt by someone you deeply admire, you have every right to accept a more noble invitation to love yourself more and not less. For some of y'all feminines, that Queen of Cups energy is you pouring out that love to yourself that you've been trying to give to someone else who's not in alignment. Because again, with that Justice card, in order to move forward with an Empress, things have to be in alignment. So it's like it's only so far a situation can go, because someone who loves themselves is not going to put their heart on the line, and enter into a situation at their own detriment, trying to help heal somebody else who needs to do their own shadow work and work on their own healing. But that's not looking like the case with this masculine. He's just going through a transformation, and therefore maybe not at the point of knowing how to navigate such intense passion and emotion yet, right? But it says to take your next step in the heart of surrender. Please repeat this healing mantra. I no longer fight with those who insist on fighting with me. Letting go of their struggle. I acknowledge anyone who fights is only fighting for the grace of their own loving attention. I freely give loving attention to whatever calls out for it, whether appearing as jumbled emotions in my body, a noisy mind of endless thoughts, or the restless behavior of those I encounter. By speaking to others in a tone and manner that suggests how much better they deserve to treat themselves when not in my presence, I help raise the vibration of the planet. I know full well that my path cannot be defined by how others treat me, but only how I choose to respond. Even though it seems as if I'm speaking to other characters in my play, as the truth of all that is, whatever I say to another is a love letter sent to every heart. Knowing this, I relinquish any desire or tendency to fight, negotiate, or defend, and I return to love by embracing the truth of all. Again, if we ain't operating in truth, what we doing? Whether or not those I love consciously receive my gifts, it is I who walks away from each encounter more open, conscious, and empowered than any moment before. Y'all, you got a masculine energy that's in anxiety because of where he is on his journey, and you got a feminine energy who's in anxiety because of where she is on her journey. And everybody is being led to do the deep work to do what's best for them in these situations, and also consider one another from a place of love. Make your actions and your decisions considering one another from a place of love. Whether that looks like holding your boundaries and keeping some at a distance, or making whatever moves you need to make to get closer or further apart. But with that being said, y'all, I hope the message found you well. If it did not find you well, I hope that something was said that leaves you well. If you would like a personal reading, feel free to email me at turquoisemajesty@gmail.com. Again, if you'd like to join the Patreon, I'm going to put that link in the description box as well. Matter of fact, it's already in there. And yeah, y'all, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And until next time, peace.